Your phone rings. It's your friend having a bad day. You listen. You tell them it's going to be okay. Before they hang up, they say, I don't know what would I do without you. You smile and tell them to call you anytime they want. Then you put the phone down and the room goes quiet, and one thought hits you. Nobody has asked you how you have been this entire week. This is what this video is all about. Being the person everyone leans on and quietly feeling alone while you do it. By the end, you will understand exactly why this happens. And you will have one simple thing you can start doing about it today itself. Maybe you already know this feeling. You are the one people call when something goes wrong. A job loss, a breakup, a bad week. You are always there. People trust you, depend on you, and appreciate you. And every once in a while, you catch yourself thinking, who would I even call? It's confusing because from the outside your life looks full. Your phone stays busy all day long. People remember your birthday, co-workers lean on you. So why does it sometimes feel like you're carrying everything on your own? Most people think loneliness means nobody's around you. But there's another kind that's harder to spot. It's the loneliness of always being needed and almost never being asked what you need. Think about your last few conversations. How many times did someone ask you for your advice? Now think about how many times someone actually asked you how you were doing and stuck around you long enough to hear the real answer. For a lot of people, those two numbers are not quite close. Here's something that happens at almost every family dinner. One person makes sure everyone has food, checks who's been quiet, keeps the conversation going. By the end of the night, everyone feels looked after and almost nobody notices who was doing the looking after. It's the same at work. There's always one person everyone turns to. They fix the problems, cover the shifts, stay late when something breaks. People say things like, they're always so calm, they have got it handled. What people don't see is that being dependable doesn't mean you never get tired. It usually means you have gotten really good at hiding it. You are the strong one sounds like a compliment. And most of the time it really is. But compliments can quietly turn into expectations. And if everyone's decided you are the strong one, who's allowed to be the one who's struggling? You can see it in relationships too. Your partner has a bad day and you're the one who calms them down. Every time, without fail. Then one day, you have a bad day and you catch yourself downplaying it, saying you're fine, because some part of you doesn't want to be the one adding weight for once. You just got so used to being the calm one that being anything else started to feel like letting someone down. Nobody signs up for this role on purpose. It builds slowly. You stay calm through one hard situation, then another, and eventually people start assuming you will handle it. After a while, you start assuming that too. People see the calm voice on the phone. They don't see the night before it when you couldn't sleep. They see the message that made everything feel okay. But they don't see how much you pushed down just to write it. And after enough years of this, something quietly shifts. You stop mentioning when you're struggling. Not because anyone told you to, but it just starts feeling like breaking some rule nobody actually wrote down. You're supposed to be the steady one, so you keep showing up, keep listening, and keep telling yourself your own stuff can wait. Which brings up something almost nobody says out loud. What happens when the person everyone depends on needs someone too? You would think the answer is quite simple. Just ask for help. But for most people carrying this role, that's genuinely one of the hardest things to do. And it usually has got nothing to do with pride. Picture actually trying this. You open a text to a friend, you start typing something honest. Hey, I have been actually struggling with, and then you stop. You delete it. You replace it with, hey, how's your week going? It's not that you don't trust them. It's that some part of you doesn't know what happens to the relationship if you are not the one holding it together for once. And here's the part of why. When someone's known for getting emotional, people check on them. When someone's known for being quiet, people worry a little. But when someone's known for being strong, people stop checking in at all. Strength makes people feel safe. And once people feel safe, they stop looking for sign that something's wrong. Say you have the same friend for 10 years and they have picked up the phone every single time you have needed them. Now imagine they start struggling. Would you notice that right away? Maybe. But a lot of people wouldn't. And it's not because they don't care. It's because they have never had the reason to look for it. You can see it in a group chat too. Someone's clearly having a rough week. People flood in with messages, check-ins, offers to talk. Now picture the person everyone calls the strong one going quiet for a few days in the same chat. Chances are nobody says anything because nobody is used to reading their silence as a warning sign. They are used to reading it as nothing. This role can start almost anywhere. Someone starts a new job, handles the first crisis well, and then every hard task lands on their desk. Not because anyone's taking advantage, it's just because they are the one who can handle it. Or someone becomes the friend who organizes everything, remembers every birthday, checks on people after breakups, and slowly the whole group starts leaning on them without anyone deciding that on purpose. Either way, it builds the same way. One helpful moment turns into another until people stop noticing the effort at all. They just see the person. That's who they are. One of this means being dependable is a problem. It's actually a good quality, and there's nothing wrong with being the person people trust. The trouble starts when that's the only version of you anyone ever gets to see. Because once that happens, people stop seeing your strength as something you're choosing to give. They start seeing it as just who you are, and somewhere in there, the rest of you quietly disappears from the view. It doesn't happen all at once. It happens in small moments. Someone says, I knew you would be okay, you always are, right when you weren't. Someone cancels on you last minute because you really don't mind. You're easygoing about that stuff. None of these moments feel like a big deal on their own. But they add up to the same message, over and over. Your feelings are optional, everyone else's aren't. There's someone in your life you actually admire, a parent, a mentor, a close friend. Was it really their ability to handle everything alone that made you trust them? Or was it a moment when they said, I don't know, or I'm struggling, or can you stay with me for a bit? For most of us, those are the moments that made them feel more human. Vulnerability doesn't always make a relationship heavier. Sometimes it's the only thing that actually gives the other person a way to show up for you. For years, you might have been giving care without ever letting anyone get it back. Not because you didn't deserve it, but because somewhere along the way, you decided your job was to protect everyone from your own problems. So, can this change? Yes, of course. And it doesn't start with some big confession, it starts with something much smaller. The next time someone asks, "How have you been?" notice the answer that comes out on autopilot: "I am fine." Before you say it, pause for a second and ask yourself, is that actually true? Or is that just the role talking? Some days it really will be true. Other days you will notice you're protecting an image more than you are protecting yourself. Over time, something else starts to happen too. You find out people don't only value you for what you handle, some of you actually like your honesty. Some of them have been waiting for years for a chance to show up for you and just never got the invitation. You don't have to stop being dependable. You don't have to stop caring about people. That's genuinely part of who you are. But it doesn't have to come at the cost of disappearing inside your own relationships. The people who actually love you don't just need the version of you that holds everything together. They would probably like to know the version that gets tired too. Let's go back to where it started. Your phone rings, a friend needs you, and you listen, you help them through, and before hanging up, they say, "I don't know what I would do without you." At the start of this video, that sentence probably sounded warm. Right now, it might land a little differently. Not because it isn't true, because it leaves out a question. Who helps the person everyone depends on? That's the real loneliness here. Not being alone. It's believing the parts of you that need care have to stay hidden. The day you let a few of those parts show, something shifts. You don't become less dependable. You just stop carrying it all by yourself. Because people don't usually feel closest to us when we never struggle. They feel closest to us when we trust them enough to let them see that we do. That's not weakness. That's just what being fully known actually looks like.